Welcome to the 5:30 p.m. January 23rd, 2024 presentations meeting. We do have a quorum, so I'll call this meeting to order. Would you please join me in a moment of silence? And the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk, would you please read the rules of speak?
Yes, sir. This is a city council meeting to hear special recognitions and presentations. Council will not take formal action on the agenda items. All individuals wishing to speak may do so under petitions and requests. No sign-up card is required. Citizens will be given 3 minutes to speak. All sign-up cards and exhibits being submitted to City Council shall be placed in the box on the table.
Thank you very much. City Manager.
Yes, sir. We are on agenda item number 4A, which is the Employee of the Month for November 2023. And we'd like to recognize Sheena Alexander from the Human Resources Department as the City of Titusville's Employee of the Month for November 2023. Mr. Nero.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. I'm proud to submit one of our team members, nomination for Employee of the Month for the month of November. As the city held its annual health fair, and that was this last November 2023, it was one of our HR's shining stars that made it all possible. Sheena Alexander, who earlier this year took it upon herself to become a certified wellness program coordinator and was able to take her teammates' input, past practices, using her own skills and talents, put in the hard work to give our employees the best health fair the city has seen yet. The health fair had a record-breaking attendance of 288 employees, offering them access to 28 health and wellness vendors and 2 healthy food truck vendors.
Healthy food truck?
Yes, sir. That was a big hit, by the way. I think we found something that the employees really value, and they'll be back every year. The city's health fair is a part of our wellness program that gives us an opportunity to reach out to our employees and show them how much we care about their health. But to put on this event, there are many behind-the-scene tasks that are required for it to be successful, such as the preparation and planning, requiring a lot of communication, promoting with the countless emails to our employees, ensuring that every employee knows about the event, motivating employees to attend the event, and an outreach to the community to line up vendors. Sheena was able to reach out to our local health and hospital services as a key vendor to give our employees additional resources to improve their health and wellness, utilizing the resources that are available to them through their own health plan and can be found right here in our community. She lined up financial services, therapeutic massages, blood pressure screening by our fire department, and on-site flu shots. She used her marketing talents to create an eye-catching flyer advertising the health fair while offering 147 raffle prizes, 55 Wheel of Wellness door prizes, and a grand prize drawing which required our employees to take an additional step in visiting all of the vendors at the health fair, while ensuring that the employee would at least become aware of the resources available to them within their community. The event was successful, it was fun, it was healthy to give our employees a break from their daily grind. We are also fortunate to have our healthcare administrator, Aetna, who continues their financial support of the event each year to make it all possible for our employees. We want to take this time to thank Sheena for making it possible for our employees to increase their healthcare awareness by attending this year's health fair.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. He's also the person who smiles at me every time I walk by that window. And then when she's the one who set up the flu shots, and I did get my flu shot for the first time in probably 5 years, I was scared to death I was going to pass out in front of 200 people. So with that said, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And again, and you guys can testify, I'm sure, she not only does a great job, she does it with happiness and a smile, and I appreciate you bringing that here every day.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And item 4B, which is the Employee of the Month for December 2023. And we'd like to recognize the Employee of the Month as Detective Brandon Williams. And Chief, you're...
Thank you very much, sir. Mayor, council, this is getting to be a regular thing, so I think we're going to have a chair. It was just a couple months ago, Detective Williams was up here receiving this award. He's truly an amazing addition to our team. So in this particular case, and this is one of those ones that stays with you for your career, we had a runaway missing child that the parents were very suspect of about a coach in this young man's life. And so Brandon worked very, very closely with the parents and developed an immediate rapport. And shortly thereafter, the juvenile was located outside of our jurisdiction, and it was verified that there was a very inappropriate relationship going on with this coach. But not only did we recover the juvenile and started getting him the treatment and counseling that he's going to need, Brandon was able to extract full confession and evidence that's going to, prevent this from happening to other kids. Again, you come to work, you don't know what you're going to, you might in your mind say, hey, I'm going to work on that robbery case that came in last week, and all of a sudden your phone rings or you get an email and everything changes. And it is an amazing unit back there, and Brandon is absolutely incredible at what he does, along with the team behind him as well. But congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate they want to do this over here, I'm sure. Stay right here for time shaking hands. Thank you. He's a back-to-backer. Appreciate you. Thank you.
And as the mayor's making his way back up to the dais, I'd like just to recognize Officer Cruz, who at the health fair actually got a workout regimen, and he is now working out daily. And I think you can see the results of Officer Cruz's dedication to wellness.
Hey. Yeah, he could play. I think that it won't be too long, haven't done this a long time, that he's going to be talking about your aged body. But that be, go ahead.
Do the 2 breaks and we'll go to push-ups.
Let me know, I'll count. All right, City Manager.
On to item 4C, which is the draft comprehensive plan amendments, the new citywide element and future land use element with gateway corridors. The staff is requesting City Council provide input as appropriate on the draft amendments to the comprehensive plan. The transmittal hearings are tentatively scheduled for 13 February 2024. So Eddie's here to fill you in on this is the corridor, gateway corridor element of the comprehensive plans.
Thank you.
Thank you, City Manager. Good evening, Mayor and Council. I just wanted to first start by summarizing the public engagement. On August 8th, this council directed staff to host a couple of community engagement meetings to showcase these proposed policies and get some feedback from the community. We did that in September and October, and then at the end of October, presented to City Council a summary of the comments that we received. In November, City Council directed staff to schedule hearings for the transmittal of these comp plan amendments to the state's land planning agency, and we did schedule those transmittal hearings. We have that scheduled for Planning and Zoning Commission on February 7th and City Council on February 13th. Before we get to transmittal, we also scheduled 2 meetings for feedback. We have the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting last week on January 17th and City Council today. And I did make a mistake at the P&Z meeting and explained to the commission that last week's meeting was the transmittal hearing, which was not the case. It was the feedback meeting. So I did clarify that by email, but I do have comments from the P&Z. I believe these were emailed to the commission or to the council in case you'd like to discuss these, or we can just take general feedback before we move forward to transmittal in the next month. Thank you.
Council? I have none at this time. I see no questions at this time. There we go. Member Stokel.
Sorry, just to clarify, with this portion specifically, Eddie, when we're reading through it, is it referencing only the 3 major corridors, or is it applicable to other areas when you're like reading through it?
So we do have a citywide element that would apply to more than just the corridors, but the corridors that are emphasized in the gateways, those are the 3 major corridors.
Okay, so to clarify, the citywide element would just be those first 2 pages. Then, and everything else, like Goal 1, growth management, when you're reading that one, to direct growth to suitable areas that make wise use of existing infrastructure, is that only referencing the corridors?
I'm sorry, which policy or which page number?
Sorry, it's page 4 of 16, but then on the whole packet, it's 12 of 24. It's like the third page in, I guess. You have the first 2 pages which say citywide element, and then it goes into future land use element, goal 1, growth management. And I think I just want further clarification on.
Okay, the gateway-specific policies begin on page 14, so any of these policies on page 4 are also future land use general throughout the city.
Okay. What page do they start on again? Would you say page 16 or 14?
It's page 22 of tonight's agenda, of the packet, page 14 of 16. Sorry, we have 2 different sets of page
Yes,
numbers
I know,
here,
it's
but-
confusing.
Yeah, so page 14 of 16 or page 22 of 24, that subjective
Okay.
1.24 talks about the gateway corridors. So those are going to be specific policies to implement the vision for the gateways, which are the
Okay.
3 main corridors.
So everything else prior to that would be applicable to the whole city?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
You good? Yes. Any other comments or questions?
So the next that you'll hear on the comprehensive plan amendments are scheduled for your transmittal hearing on the 13th. It's 2 hearings, and then it'll be transmitted to the state. We'll wait for comments back, and we'll bring those comments back to council afterwards.
Okay. I think right now we're good, and we still have time to ask questions. All right. Petitions, requests. Petitions or requests?
Stan Johnston, I'm a registered engineer, you know about this, and so if you want to ask me questions, you're welcome to ask questions, but I'd like council to do what is right. And what is going on, as I sent you some emails, is that the TEC is making motions to council, and the council does what? The council does nothing because the council doesn't receive them. So Brad Parrish or other are blocking these motions. For example, a motion was sent to council to acknowledge the sewage spill into 9 city streets. It was on the front page of the Today paper. It was on the back pages too. It's been in the Today paper, I think, at least 3 times of the sewage spill in the 9 city streets, including the one that went over to Mayor Diesel's son over there on Carroll Avenue. So we've got witnesses, including me, and Laura Lee Thompson, and many other people. And it's photoed, videotaped, and so forth, coming out of manholes. And guess what? The city denies it, continues to deny it. It went on for months. September, October, and into November last year. No, 2022. So Something needs to be done. Something needs to be corrected. Maybe Sarah Stoker can think of something other than playing with her phone, with her, whatever she's playing with over there. But this is a serious issue, and it appears that you guys are not doing what's right. I send you emails to you about it and so forth, and Mr. Cole puts his head down. So something's wrong, and I'm asking you to do right. I witnessed it coming out of the manholes, and it's big puddles of gray sewage. Not only that is that Mrs. Smolnick or whatever, Joyce, whatever, at the corner there, she had a leak of potable water leak coming out for over a year. And what happened? The sewage came out, it puddled over there. It puddled on Greenwood Street. Front page of the Florida Today. In Florida Today, at least another time. And what does council do? Well, you're not doing the right thing. It needs to be recognized. I'm asking you to recognize, and I'm here to receive any questions because we've got plenty of witnesses, photos, videotapes of it coming out of the manhole, flushing, coming out of the manhole. And yet, Water Resources denies it. And so does city manager, city attorney, so forth. So this is a problem, and you're going to hear about it again and again and again and again. So I'm asking you to be responsible. Is this responsible, what you're doing? Is it responsible?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Shipolo, Tropic Street. I put in a card for 4C, so I'm going to refer to that even though this is public
I saw
petitions.
the card. I was like,
I oppose the transmittal of all these things that have been raised by Kimley Horn, excuse me, your consultants on the Vision for Tomorrow and the Titusville 2040 and the transmittal of the comprehensive plan. I attended all of the meetings that Brad and staff had. Some had good refreshments. I always like that. Some were just long. I read all the notes that they've included in your packets about the public response, and then I read the Kimley Horn proposed amendments to the comprehensive plan, and I don't see a lot of the public input there. I don't see some suggestions that the public made and some suggestions that the public wants, and the suggestions of the public's vision and hopes. And the comprehensive plan is a dream book. It is a dream book. It's what we want, what we would like to see. And I believe that having the public participation and then ignoring what they say is not the proper way to go. So I came tonight to the 5:30 meeting to say that I really oppose these things being transmitted without a thorough incorporation of your public citizens of Titusville who take the time and effort to come to these meetings without taking their input into consideration. Who in the heck is Kimley Horn that lives in Orlando anyway? Thank you.
anybody else? I see none. City manager? Council? All right, we will reconvene in 40 minutes at 6:30. This meeting is adjourned.